G'day everybody, how you going today? It is spectacular to see you. I do hope you are ridiculously well. What if I said to you that the night that Apple launched the new AirTags, they made $1 billion? Could you even believe that that would be possible? Well, I'm going to show you how it is. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to jump into the numbers by jumping into numbers. Now, that makes perfect sense. Numbers is Apple's version of Excel, of a spreadsheet. And we're simply going to crunch the numbers. And what I'm going to show you here, by even 1 or 2% of 1 year of Apple's iPhone sales, let alone iPad sales, we almost get there. And if we do 2 years, 1%, or if we do 2% 1 year, I think we'll find $1 billion is easy to come by, as long as people buy the accessories to attach the AirTags. It is as simple as that.
So let's start with the price of the AirTags. And in US dollars, they are 29 or 25 when you buy them in a 4-pack. Percentage of purchase. How many do they get each? Okay, so I've made it the 4 price, 25 US dollars. Now there's about 200 million sold each year at the moment, around that. It changes. And let's just say 1% of people purchase, and they're going to buy 4. They're going to buy 4 each. All right, so let's do the maths. We're going to do that times that times that times that. What do you reckon that's going to equal?
And what do we think of the AirTags? Well, so far from what we've seen from reviewers who've had early copies, because they are not coming out until this Friday, the AirTags are a very useful device, which allow you to hone in radar style on your lost keys or wallet. And I would have loved to have had a set this morning when looking for my keys. I do have the tile, the good old-fashioned tile, but I bought them, I was an early adopter, I bought them before they were battery replaceable, and ultimately I just couldn't handle the idea of just throwing this whole thing away. Now with Apple, they are user battery replaceable. Tile does the same thing, but ultimately I believe that the Apple version will be superior. So do you choose AirTag? Do you choose Samsung? Do you choose Tile? It's a difficult choice, but if you're in the iOS ecosystem, it seems absolutely the way to go.
Boom. Now, let's just format that cell to make it a little more legible. We're going to put in the 1,000 separators. Okay, well that is $200 million. And that's AirTags. And just so we can see how many AirTags is that? Well, it is that times that times that. And that is, I think, 8 million of them. Yes, it is. Now let's say that they buy a keychain or some such. So if we look at these keychains, there's 35, 39, 349, 449, 299, 1295, 1295. Let's split the difference between all of those and make it $25. They've bought 4 each, so we can see here that this currently totals $400 million. So how do we make $1 billion? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's just copy all of that. And you can see it's pretty easy to go, well, why don't we do 2 years worth of iPhone sales and only half the people buy tags, and then here we have the number $1.2 billion. So if we look at all the eligible iPhones, which is over the last 2 years, that is 400 million, roughly. And if 2% of those 400 million phones to purchase, that's 800 million. And if 2% of that 2 years worth even only buy 2 key rings or tags, it is still 1.2 billion. Bold underline. Crazy stuff.
So what happens if we massage those numbers just a little bit, go from 1% to 2%, 2% to 3%, from 1 year's worth of iPhones to 3 years worth of iPhones? This number very quickly gets beyond $1 billion in a short space of time. And this shows why Apple is such an enormous company with now a $2.25 trillion market cap when I last looked. AirTags, it's just another feather in their absolutely massive Apple cap. And let's talk about scale. Apple are an absolutely massive company. And what's really interesting about Apple is they largely do this out of selling hardware. If you look at some of the largest companies in the world, it's all software. It's all, in essence, virtual, with some exceptions being companies like Amazon and some of the large petroleum companies. But if we look at Facebook, if we look at Microsoft, these are companies that make money out of selling things that are virtual, out of selling licenses, out of selling advertising space on a billboard that doesn't actually exist anywhere. And right over my shoulder here, we can see another shipment of AirTags arriving. I'm picking mine up Friday. That's when they arrive. I've already purchased 4 and I've made the decision to purchase another 4 because I need them. They're actually going to save me time. They're going to save me from just spending time doing circles around my own house. So as we can see, with more AirTags arriving on that container ship out there that you can see in the background, this is massive business. And these things will sell. And even if you don't buy a computer or a tablet and you've just got your iPhone, Apple is going to make more millions and billions out of all of us. The numbers have shown it's there. And the accessories, well, it's typical Apple madness that the accessories are more expensive than the actual electronic hardware themselves. Now, I'm a positive person in general, but I do think in this particular case, Apple's got this wrong, and the case for something should never be more expensive than the thing itself. Apple, you've got to bring those prices down. I know you've got the Belkin ones, which are cheaper, but the Apple branded ones are more. It just doesn't make sense. The technology is awesome, and well done for making $1 billion overnight just by selling a few little Mentos. Well, a few million of them, quite a few million of them. See you very soon. Thank you so much for being here today. Look, I am an Apple person. I have been an Apple person since the start of Apple, since the Apple II. It's just fit into my small business, arts business workflow, and it's as simple as that. They work for me, they work for some people, they don't work for other people, and I'm okay with some people loving Android, some people loving Windows, some people loving ARM, some people loving Linux or Unix, and some people loving iOS, macOS, etc. It's all good. You got to do what fits your world, you got to do what fits your wallet, you got to do what fits your use case. Use case, budget, legacy is not so important in the computer world, except maybe as cloud services grow. But even then, you could extricate yourself if you really wanted to. Please let me know in the comments below, are you an AirTag person? Are you going to jump out and buy some? Are you going to be one of that 1 or 2% that I talked about? I'd be super interested to know. Fantastic to see you. As always, if this is your first time here, please do subscribe. I'd love to see you again. Please share. Please click on the bell for notifications. Please like and come and visit us at the gallery, which is that way, at the city. We would love to see you. It's real. It's bricks, it's mortar, it's people. It supports the channel if you come down and buy a card or a book. Something simple, but it means so much to us. All right, I'll see you super soon. And that tanker, it's done a U-turn because we need more AirTags. All right,